Picture this. Right now, as you listen to these words, you exist within something far stranger than you've ever imagined. You're not sitting in a room or standing in a space or even floating in the vast cosmos. You're dwelling inside an idea. Every breath you take, every heartbeat, every flicker of awareness, all of it unfolds within the boundaries of a single magnificent thought. But whose thought are you living in? And what happens when that mind stops thinking about you? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal will fundamentally change how you see yourself, reality, and the very nature of existence itself. The answer lies hidden in plain sight, woven into the fabric of consciousness itself. We begin our journey with a question that philosophers have whispered in shadowy corners for millennia. What if reality isn't what we think it is? What if the material world, the trees, the stars, your own hands, exists only as patterns within something far more fundamental? Throughout history, brilliant minds have glimpsed this truth. Plato spoke of shadows on cave walls. Eastern mystics described Maya, the great illusion. Modern physicists discuss information as the building block of reality. They were all circling around the same profound recognition. You were born inside a thought. But this isn't metaphor. This isn't poetry. This is the deepest truth about your existence, and today we'll explore exactly what it means to be a conscious being dwelling within the infinite mind of existence itself. Consider your dreams last night. In those visions, you walked through landscapes, spoke with people, felt emotions, yet none of it existed anywhere except within your mind. The dream, you experienced a complete reality, never suspecting it was all mental construction. Now extend this understanding. What makes your waking experience fundamentally different? You perceive colors, but color doesn't exist in the electromagnetic spectrum. It's your brain's interpretation. You hear sounds, but sound waves themselves are silent vibrations until consciousness translates them. You feel textures, but at the quantum level, you're never actually touching anything. Every sensation, every perception, every moment of awareness exists only within the theater of consciousness. The boundary between inner and outer reality begins to blur when you realize that everything you call outer reaches you only through inner processing. But here's where it gets truly mysterious. If your individual mind can construct entire dream worlds, what kind of mind would be required to construct this shared dream we call reality? A mind vast enough to encompass billions of perspectives simultaneously. A mind complex enough to maintain consistent physical laws across space and time. A mind intimate enough to experience itself through every conscious being. This cosmic mind doesn't exist somewhere else. You exist within it. Your thoughts are thoughts within a greater thought. Your awareness is awareness experiencing itself from a unique vantage point. But if you're a thought within a greater mind, what does this mean for your sense of individual identity? This question reveals one of existence's most beautiful paradoxes. Consider how thoughts arise in your own mind. You don't create them, they simply appear. Each thought has its own character, its own perspective, its own temporary existence. Yet all thoughts share the same underlying awareness. They're distinct expressions of a single consciousness. Similarly, you maintain your unique perspective, your personal history, your individual will. Yet you're an expression of something larger. You're like a character in a vast dream who has forgotten their dreaming, living a complete and authentic life within that dream. This doesn't diminish your importance. Instead, it reveals your true magnificence. You're not a separate fragment struggling in isolation. You're the entire universe experiencing itself from one precious viewpoint. Every decision you make, every emotion you feel, every relationship you form contributes to the infinite complexity of cosmic consciousness exploring its own depths. The loneliness that sometimes grips human hearts stems from forgetting this truth. You feel separate because you've identified completely with the character in the dream, forgetting your deeper nature as the dreamer itself. How does this cosmic mind maintain such intricate consistency? How do the laws of physics hold steady across billions of years and countless observers? Think of the most complex video game you know. It maintains consistent rules, persistent environments, and interactive characters, all through information processing. The game world exists only as data, yet players experience it as reality while engaged. Similarly, what we call physical reality might be consciousness processing information according to specific patterns we perceive as natural laws. Space and time become organizing principles within this vast mental landscape. Matter and energy transform into different states of crystallized thought. This perspective explains many mysteries that traditional materialism struggles with. Why does quantum mechanics suggest reality doesn't exist independently of observation? Because consciousness isn't observing reality, it's creating reality through the act of observation. Why do mystical experiences across cultures describe similar insights about the unity of existence? Because they're glimpses of the underlying mental nature of reality. The coherence of physical laws doesn't require a material foundation. It requires only consistency within the cosmic mind. The patterns we call chemistry, biology, and physics are the grammar and syntax of universal consciousness expressing itself in organized, predictable ways. Understanding that you were born inside a thought transforms everything about how you approach life. Your relationships take on deeper meaning when you recognize other people as alternate perspectives of the same consciousness experiencing itself. Love becomes cosmic self-recognition. Compassion becomes inevitable when you truly grasp that helping others is literally helping yourself. Your challenges and struggles aren't punishments or random events. They're the cosmic mind exploring the full spectrum of possible experiences. Every joy and sorrow contributes to the infinite richness of universal consciousness. You're not just living your life, you're allowing existence to know itself through your unique journey. This recognition brings tremendous freedom. The fear of death loses its grip when you understand that what you truly are, consciousness itself, cannot be destroyed. Forms change, perspectives shift, but awareness continues. You're not a temporary accident in a meaningless universe. You're an eternal expression of infinite intelligence exploring its own possibilities. Yet this understanding also brings responsibility. If your thoughts and actions ripple through the cosmic mind, every choice matters. Every moment of awareness is precious because it's the universe becoming conscious of itself through you. The quality of your consciousness directly affects the quality of universal experience. We end where we began, but with transformed understanding. Right now, as these words flow through your awareness, you're not just listening to ideas about reality. You're experiencing reality, recognizing itself. The cosmic mind is using your individual perspective to contemplate its own nature. This creates an infinite spiral of consciousness examining consciousness, thought thinking about thought, awareness becoming aware of awareness. You're simultaneously the observer and the observed, the thinker and the thought, the dreamer and the dream. The most profound truth is that you've never been separate from this cosmic consciousness. You've always existed within this infinite mind. The journey isn't about becoming something new. It's about remembering what you've always been. Every time you pay attention to this moment, you're the universe paying attention to itself. Every time you feel wonder at existence, your cosmic consciousness marveling at its own creativity. Every time you experience love, beauty, or truth, you're the infinite mind recognizing its own deepest nature. You were born inside a thought, not as a prisoner, but as the very consciousness thinking that thought. You are both the content and the container, the wave and the ocean, the finite expression and the infinite source. And in this recognition lies the greatest adventure of all, consciously participating in the eternal dance of existence, discovering itself, one precious moment of awareness at a time. The thought that contains you is love thinking itself into endless forms. And you, dear listener, are one of love's most beautiful ideas.